Hi, welcome to Ask Dawn and Donna. And today we're going to discuss what the difference is and what we mean by givers and takers. So, pretty much in all of a relationship, like you give or you receive. And sometimes people could be more comfortable on the giving end, and other times they could be more comfortable on the receiving end. But to really find out what a good, healthy tribe and community is around you is, and balance. So, not only balance for your spiritual life, but your physical life, your mental life, emotional life, all those that needs to be balanced. When one's out of balance, then it can create a lot of disharmony. So, and really figuring out, like, do you know if you're a giver or a taker, or what's your comfort level? And so I know mine is I like to listen and give, and I'm not super comfortable on the receiving end, which I've worked a lot too. So I'm much more open and that's available. But for years I was like, I'll do it by myself. I'm responsible. And I saw how out of balance I was, because the flow of life needs to go in and out. And if you're just out, then it creates a weird vibe, and you don't really, it's a false sense of people are there for you. So it creates a lot of disharmony. And Dawn, what are you? Are you a giver or a taker? Where do you fall on that spectrum?
Yeah, I was definitely a giver and a resenter. I'm a really good resenter and holding grudges. So I will give, and then lose my shit. It's really, it was really healthy. And so it's all about boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Can't say that enough, right? Because, and filling up your own cup first, right? That we have to find the divine balance between the haves and the have-nots in this entire universe. That, you know, dare I say this terrible word? There are going to be people have feelings about this word. I just want to come with a warning label on this. It is like a socialist outlook, right? Like if the billionaires, I had a discussion with my business partner, Barry, about, he was touting Mr. Gates. Let's talk about Mr. Gates. And you know,
So
he
many
was like,
warning labels right now.
I know, I know.
I'll just put warning on the video.
I know, thank you, yeah. And you know, if he just paid his taxes, like, and then Barry was like, "Wait, do you think the foundation isn't in alignment?" I'm like, I think it's really good press. But if the man paid taxes, then he would be giving way more money where it needs to go and taking care of way more people than whatever his lobbied interests are. And it's just like the banking system. That, does it make sense that if I don't have enough money to cover it, they charge me $45 for an overage fee, but a millionaire doesn't pay any fees? Does that make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. And I think this time of, well, this is our World War III. This is a revolution happening before our very eyes. And it starts with our spirits and with our own boundaries. And that we can create a new world with more balance in all the areas. That we need to revolutionize education, policing, the racism, all the things, every institution, the medical, the everything. This is the lesson the divine is telling us. So, and again, trollers, I would love to discuss with you on this page here in live with your face visible. So if you have any thoughts on that, I'm following Charlie Goldsmith, the healer from Australia, who just calls it like it is. And again, all of my sessions and everything are free as well. And you know, it's about the integrity of the work and putting it out there and I'm the giver. I really want to heal people. But when I heal somebody else, I am healing myself too. And I've had to go through a shit show of a life to learn all the lessons, all the hard ways. And um, and I'm in a whole new space of balance. And balance is what this world needs.
It is. And I do think that it's also a mentality, because I also think that giving and receiving and taking kind of it's the same side of the coin. Because if you like the socialism thing, I have a totally different view. I don't think that that's the answer. I don't think giving money to people to make everything the same is the answer. I think people need to wake up to what they deserve. And other than waiting around for someone to, like, I'm not into, you should take it from someone else and have it all to yourself. And I don't think you should give it all the way. Right, either one are not balanced. So if you're sitting back and thinking that, not that you said this, but in general, like, okay, there's billionaires, that money needs to be dispersed to other people. That's not really how historically it's worked. People want to feel that they give and receive. So if they're in somewhere where they just feel like they deserve it just to be given to them, that's out of balance, because you have to also do something in order to have the energy. There's like being and doing, it's very philosophical. So how do you totally be in the now in this world and be in total alignment with just being, but also have that not mentally think, well, I just sit here and I receive. No, it's action. So there's an action that needs to happen to everything, and there's an intent. And Bill Gates is a whole other topic about, yes, if he really wanted to be altruistic, he could give money and feed all these people. That doesn't have to be in a certain way. He could pay taxes, but he could still take that money that he's not paying taxes with, technically, and he could feed tons and tons of people if he was that into the foundation part. So that's a whole other thing of, like, once you get to a level with money, what your own thing. And I think all of us do with money or relationships or anything, is like, how much or where do we see ourselves on that pendulum? And I think it is personal responsibility, but also a deserving quality. Like, if people just give all the time, then you don't really value yourself in one level, because even if you come or you like what you do, if you're constantly giving but you're never replenishing or receiving, then that's can be martyrdom, it can be ego-y, it could feel small, it could feel like doormat, like there's many things, even if you think you're altruistic.
Yes, it all comes down to self-responsibility, right? There are those people that are over-givers, and they are so depleted and so challenged right now.
Yeah.
And then there are those.
Are they challenged though, or is it a choice?
Are.
But it's a choice.
If
I'm an overgiver, Dawn.
What?
If I'm an overgiver, it's my choice, and if I get resentful,
that's what I mean.
That's
it's
on me.
Self-responsibility.
It's not that
self-responsibility.
I'm challenged. It's not that I'm challenged because I'm a giver.
No, I meant in this challenging time of transformation and the energies going on, and that life is happening for us and not to us.
Yes.
And all of us are being called into balance. Right? And there are two major skills in life. There's the giving and the receiving of love. And some people aren't balanced in that.
I don't think most people really are. Oddly. I think some, but
optimist, pessimist.
But I think it's real, because to really give love, you have to really love yourself, and you have to be able to receive love. And
there's a lot of dysfunctional relationships, codependency out there, though, and this time of COVID is putting a spotlight on it. When you're trapped in a house with the wrong person, I think people are being really challenged to be called into action to find that balance. Our whole world right now is looking for balance.
Definitely.
And it starts with self-responsibility and boundaries. Sorry.
That is so
Did I just
true.
talk over you?
No, you did not.
I'm famous for that.
No, there's definitely the responsibility of that. But what I'm saying is the giving and receiving, you have to see where you are on that spectrum. And I don't think that I think it's a falsity. I know for myself that
Again, it's a judgment. I actually take that all back. I take the Bill Gates, I take it all back, because the divine really wants us all to find our divine flow and to live our best life of total freedom and create a utopia going forward that has more balance, that we live in this richly, immensely abundant world and earth that I virtually feel is healing itself. You know, everybody got themselves a dog, the sun and the skies are brighter, the smog is gone, and the wildlife is coming back. And this is nothing short of a miracle. And whatever we believe in, this is the beauty, that we get to create new balance, and that we're all on different sides of the same fence. And again, we forget we are all one. There is this beautiful video from my death doula training called The Egg. And we're gonna put the link down below, and I want everybody to watch it, about how we are all one. And it changes your perspective.
It does. We are, but we also have to see where are we in this utopia that you mentioned, and all one, that comes back to figuring out the balance within ourselves, because you can't create something external. Like it's not real. That's what I'm saying.
Right,
It's a
it's
false
not
sense of,
real.
if I gave, when I was giving all the time, I did it because I wanted to hide. I didn't feel comfortable receiving. There was lots of other reasons. So even though I gave and it was cool and I could, and people got something from it, I also got something from it, but in an imbalanced way. I didn't allow people to then give to me and
Right.
to receive back. And that's an imbalance. And
this is the heart of all financial issues, isn't it? That we have, I just showed it. Ding, 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 ding. Here's an aha moment. I just showed this idea of the other by judging somebody with all this money, right, as being wrong, I'm so sorry, Bill Gates. I love you large. I take it all back. I see the good you're doing. Keep doing the good. And it's all going to balance out, is the point, right? And that
Yes.
we get to create this world of balance. And it starts with doing the inner work. And you're right, it's false. And isn't it why, you know, people are in the most debt levels ever, right?
Yeah.
And we have more homeless than ever. We have more fentanyl deaths than ever, where everybody is seeking solace outside themselves. And the soul awakening method and our work, all energy healing work, is to help you maintain balance, because we're all physical. We're all souls in a physical body here on earth, where there is, oh damn, what's that physics? What keeps us down on the earth?
Gravity.
Thank you. Yeah, I do that a lot, but I lose my words. Gravity, you know, is holding us down to the earth. We are tied to Mother Earth. I strongly believe our way forward is to get reconnected to nature and the native ways of the world, and have that balance, that symbiosis between our human existence and the earth. And that like, does anybody really want the animals to go away or suffer anymore? Like, or the earth to be so hurt or harmed again? Like, it's so divine, you can't even make this shit up. It's a miracle, and it's happening before our very eyes, and we
It
get to
is.
choose to see it that way, right? And then we get to
Yes.
make our own miracles in our own lives by having self-responsibility, by living within your means, by getting divinely connected, and watch the abundance flow, choosing to dream really big. This is the homework I give to my clients. I want you to keep a journal at the bedside, because your messages are coming in. The veil is the thinnest it's ever been. If you don't know what the veil is, we'll explain that in another video. But Source is literally downloading information into us on a nightly basis and lifting us up to the highest possibility. And it's going to be glorious. It's going to be hard. It's our World War III, but it's going to be really, really good. And the possibilities are abundantly awesome.
Definitely. Definitely. So let's,
I get a little passionate.
yes, you did. So, but which is great. That's why I love you. So, but bringing it all back to giving and taking, and what that is, a respectful way to kind of be in the world. So there isn't a lack of, if you look at the universe and of abundance, there is everything you need is in abundance, and you'll be cared for in the world. We are in a monetary system and it looks a little different, but everyone also has, life isn't done to them. It's where you are in your life and what your karma is. And then to balance, to give and take, and give and receive, and get from the universe, get love from your friends, but also then give it back. And the more that is a more, like, sometimes you might be just on the receiving end for a long time because if you're sick or you need help or whatever. And then when you're able to give, it's not like automatic equal, it's a nice circle flow, but where your integrity is with what you're doing and exploring kind of where you are on that spectrum and how the impetus is for what you're doing really does matter as far as how you kind of receive life and take it in, and how you give things back and give out to the world. So looking at that and figuring out where along there is your personal responsibility. And again, the theme of everything is that it's your life, it's your choice, and you create your own life. It's not something outside of you. It's not like you were dropped in here and you have to deal with what is your circumstances. You're in your circumstances. Everything, and how you view it, your circumstances, really is the major way out. You can think that you're doomed and trapped and nothing's going to happen, and it typically doesn't. Or you can think like, oh, this is not. You don't have to criticize and judge everything to a negative. It could just be what it is. This is just where you are, and you're going to be in another place as much as you can imagine. So to figure out that for you personally is really a great place to start. And you mentioned the energy work, and energy work is a great tool wherever you go on the spectrum to help you release some unconscious blocks that you can't see. All of us are doing the best we can. We want to do the best. It's not like we have these ill intentions. Maybe some people do, but I don't really even think they do. It's just an acting out. And if you can't, it's hard to see your stuff. That there's those boxes in every school of psychology. If you took Psych 101, or if you're wherever you are, there's all these boxes, and there's always one box you're blind to. You can't see what you need to heal or have happen. That's why you're in relationship with others. That mirrors, that shines a light on what you need, and whether you're aware of it or open to it. A lot of times you need to be open just to hearing it, because sometimes usually those things you don't want to, you don't think that you are, and you don't want to.
Well, you have most people have very strong resistance. I was the queen of resistance. And
And
this
then
goes back to the death doula thing and health, is that, like you said, sometimes you're receiving end.
Mhm.
I truly believe in this divine time that we aren't even aware of the capabilities of our own bodies to heal.
Mm-mm.
And I'm excited as I'm in the divine flow right now. And literally, I've been in, I've had chronic illness all my life since the car accident when I was 15 years old. And yesterday, I just graduated from the pain clinic to only seeing him once every 3 months. And I don't need a third of the medication. I used to be like a 90-year-old woman with the Monday through Friday thing, and it was full. And I, and there's shame in that. And I had to clear that shit, right? And how, like, now I'm down to 2 meds. And
That's
I'm the
huge.
happiest, the healthiest, the most balanced I've ever been. And so it goes in time. I look to my leader, Charlie Goldsmith, a healer from Australia, who has a whole program called My Good Habits. And it is about your choices, about everything you put in your body. Everything is energy. And this is a reformed fat girl. I'm still, I'm never going to be tiny. Let's get real. But I am still, I'm losing weight. I'm losing weight because I'm no longer on the medications. And this is what happy, my body is happy. Everything I put in my body, I gave up booze, which was hard for a redneck girl from Alberta, let me tell you. And 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 I've given up sugar and the dairy and the gluten. I had no choice because my health was so bad. And my spiritual evolution to the divine has been through suffering, a lot of suffering. And there is finally light at the end of this tunnel. And it was really, really dark for a really long time.
Well, that
That's why I'm
is
a little
the
passionate about this.
those are so many topics.
So
Food
many.
and health
Well, we will
and
talk about
the
them.
dark night of the soul and struggle and how there's beauty in it. And it probably wouldn't bring you to a spiritual life if there wasn't struggle and pain, and how they're the same side of the coin. But let's kind of end with some just kind of wrap up about just giving and receiving. And this is more, we have a lot of topics about what we both believe and how it kind of looks personally, interpersonally, and globally. And just what I want people to walk away with is just to take a look and see where you are. Like, if you think you're a giver and a receiver, and all of the stuff tied to it. If you're a giver and it's tied to your identity and it makes you feel this way, just then see how much you can receive. If you're real big on receiving a lot, if you're someone that likes to have tell your story, to have all your friends give you your opinions, but how much do you really receive? How much do you really take in of all the energy you're pouring in? And just for yourself, figure out where you are and explore if there's any areas of that relationship where you would like to change or tweak or grow into, because it's really important to figure out that it seems kind of basic, but it really is. When you're in relationship with things, you want to kind of go back and forth, be the receiver and be the giver. But if you're always one way or the other, there's usually some other things going to happen that come up. So it's just more of and I like your idea of journaling and just figuring out where you are and see what you want to do with it. You may not want to do anything with it, but it's another level on your self-growth and step to discovery. So if you have any questions, or if you want to talk about Bill Gates or all of the other things, socialism,
Maybe not. I'm sorry.
Taxes, health, homeless, I mean, I think we already talked about sex. So any other hot topics
Yes,
that
we
people are
did.
very polarized about,
Hot topics. Yeah.
you can throw your polarized comments into the
Right.
questions and ideas into the comments below. Again,
And
Miss
we'll
Dawn
talk
is
about it.
inviting you to be on camera if you are in total like I guess it's called a troll, but if you're like super not into what has been said, Miss Dawn would love to talk to you, and I'll be here to support you too. And if you have any questions or anything we want us to discuss or whatever, just we have an email called askdonnaanddonna@gmail.com. You can go ahead and find us there. Or if you'd like to know anything about our energy work that we do or any of our other stuff. So I hope everyone has a great day, and we will see you soon. Bye.